Alright folks, I'm working on a desk pad for a customer, measuring 16 inches by 40 inches. I gotta tell you, probably one of the scariest things to do is cut a straight line over a large span of leather. Let's get to cutting. Nice and clean. Beautiful. Beautiful straight edge there. Alright, so to help me get the sizing, I just cut myself from this dowel here. I think it was a 3/4 inch diameter. Yeah. Pine, cheap things you can, material you can buy from Home Depot, have at hand. I'm going to use this as my measuring, that 16-inch width that we want to have for this project here. So the way I'm going to use this guy, so I'm going to put him right up to the edge here. I'm going to use this some kind of flat item here to kind of start setting that ruler, that straight edge, and that 16-inch distance from the end, and adjusting it as I go here. Pretty much when you have these two ends like this, and you've got that great straight edge already, when you get two of these points exactly right, be in pretty good shape. Okay, so I'm just going to check in the center. It really shouldn't matter at this point. That's both ends hitting, touching. It's really going to help me get that 16-inch. This is a big cut, so if I mess this up here, it's a lot of leather that would be wasted. I can't get another 16 inches on that end, so this is it. This is make it or break it. Notice that I've put my straight edge on this side. I always like to cut. I'm comfortable from the right hand side. I'm used to cutting that way, and I don't want to change that technique for myself. I'm going to keep it, consistent. Double check here. So once I make that cut, that's it. There's no going back. Okay, so my edges. Just I've got this larger square here. I'd like to, just verify things sometimes with different types of squares just to make sure things are lined up right. So it really stinks when things aren't square 100%. So I get those two guys to agree there. Notice how smaller up here gradually gets wider. So I definitely want to make this cut here. And then I got to get the final 40-inch length there, which I'll verify with my large ruler, where I'm going to cut the other end. So try to save as much of that leather as possible. Again, always kind of weighing down on top of the leather and on top of the ruler. If I put the weight over here, it's going to make that ruler kind of be a little shifty. So pretty happy with that. Looks like I'll be pretty square. So I've got several inches to spare. I'm going to make sure I measure that twice, verify it. Looking at that behemoth of a ruler there, 6 feet. Showing me that my 40-inch spot is right there. So that beauty, from there to there, 40 inches. Make sure this gets all squared up away again, making sure, verifying. This is it, last cut. Now, something you'll notice here is, learned this from watching, experience, so on and so forth, always cutting away from the final product, which is on this end here. If I cut on the reverse side, let's say, have my ruler on this end, and for some reason my knife, I pull, whatever, mistakes happen, I've just ruined this piece of leather. So it's real critical here to always cut away, and so that if you happen to, I just lost, it went up a little bit, you can go back, you can try to hit. You really don't want to make that kind of mistake, especially with something that you're trying to get, an exact size measurement and so forth, and this large on top of that. So always being careful, weighing down, like I said, my ruler, double checking the squareness of it. Critical. That's a nice little piece right there. That's it. Save that scrap. Make something nice out of that. Alright. So there we go. 40 inches.